Chairperson of the Council of Ministers, Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, our cooperating partners, representatives of international organizations, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very warm welcome to the 41st meeting of the COMESA Council of Ministers. Firstly, I bring fraternal greetings from His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, on this special gathering of the Council of Ministers and participants from the COMESA region and beyond. Let me also express my deep appreciation to the Secretary General, Her Excellency Ms. Chileshe Mpundu Kapwepwe, and the COMESA Secretariat for the outstanding work done towards achieving COMESA objectives, as well as organizing this annual event during the unprecedented time of COVID-19. While physical meetings are not likely in the nearest future due to the global pandemic, the so-called stay-at-home and work-from-home economy is providing a big boost to the already established trend of digitalization. The meeting today is testimony of this new way of life. This virtual meeting is a serious reminder that technology as an enabler of development can no longer be treated as an option, but a must-have development tool in our political, professional, and development work as custodians of the regional integration agenda in COMESA Member States. Chairperson, our meeting is taking place amidst the onslaught of the COVID-19 global pandemic, which is a further reminder to the whole world that unless we play our part as member states and allow collective responsibility to prevail under the leadership of the World Health Organization, we may not find a lasting solution. The reality is that COVID-19 is now a global health crisis facing mankind since the outbreak of the Spanish flu in 1918. The pandemic has, therefore, placed strain on the health systems in our countries, including the most developed nations. Consequently, the drastic lockdowns that were necessary to contain the spread of COVID-19 have also disrupted global supply chains, resulting in economic slowdown with catastrophic impacts in most countries. Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while we applaud the recent progress in the search for COVID-19 vaccines and cure, the endpoint is not yet clear, especially in view of the impact due to the high cost of vaccines in developing countries. In the meantime, let us all join hands in thanking frontline staff who are tirelessly working to combat the spread of COVID-19. In particular, the caregivers in homes, nurses, doctors, as well as researchers and scientists need our strong support. Therefore, going forward, addressing challenges caused by COVID-19 should remain a priority in all member states. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, regional integration is about interconnecting people, businesses, and governments across the common market. I note with gratitude that since its establishment in 1994, COMESA has made tremendous progress by promoting and facilitating regional trade and investment. Further, advancements in gender and youth affairs, governance, peace and security, climate change, environment and natural resources have also been recorded. In addition, progress has been made in policy coordination, cooperation in the productive sectors. With the new medium-term strategic plan 2021 to 2025, COMESA is now well positioned to consolidate the gains made so far while embracing new opportunities. As a result, tangible benefits such as improved cross-border and unified mechanism for transport movements have enhanced regional integration through trade as envisaged in the COMESA Treaty. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we review progress made, allow me to share the high-level trends that require urgent attention, especially in the context of sustainable development. I have chosen to highlight mega trends as the basis for stimulating insightful review in relation to various programs under implementation. Therefore, as you undertake the review, I urge you to focus on the issues which various programs must address, among which are as follows. 1. High population growth in Africa that is projected to reach 2.4 billion by 2050. While a huge population is good from a trade and economic growth perspective, in the context of continental and regional integration, the downside is that uncontrolled population is a recipe for increased inequalities and civil strife, especially when governments are not able to support the growing population in terms of jobs and services. With a growing youthful population in most COMESA member states, improved urban planning, efficient and effective transport, energy, water and telecommunications, infrastructure, as well as health and education facilities must be considered priority in member states. 2. Rapid urbanization due to fewer livelihood and development opportunities, especially among the youth in rural areas. High poverty levels and low opportunities for job and wealth creation hinder development and integration at state and regional levels. The net result is high rural to urban migration into cities and towns that cannot cope with the demands for better social amenities and economic opportunities such as jobs. This calls for measures such as building smart cities that effectively respond to wholesome needs of the population, such as climate smart and resilient housing, integrated transport systems, as well as renewable and reliable energy and water supplies, which in turn bring jobs and better living among the people. 3. Climate change effects that may further disrupt social and economic lives and the livelihoods of the people. Apart from COVID-19, our region is also facing disasters, especially calamities caused by climate change. Extreme weather patterns, cyclones, storms, landslides, and rising sea levels are some of the effects. This year, locust outbreaks devastated large tracts of land in the Horn, Eastern and Southern Africa, regions, thereby undermining food security, among other effects. In addition, deforestation and the land degradation due to unsustainable practices are reducing land productivity. This has also increased the water scarcity and the food insecurity in many parts of the region. It is worth noting that the impact of such effects is felt more by women and children because of their household chores derived from land, food, energy and water systems. 4. Inter-country migration of people. The growing urbanization trend in search of better opportunities and lifestyles will lead to growth of mega cities, which will attract more citizens from other countries. The Africa-Europe migration of our youth is a case in point. This calls for lasting solutions through homegrown solutions. Therefore, in the spirit of free movement of people, goods and services, as part of regional and continental integration, improved and robust legal migration laws and channels need to be enhanced and established where necessary. 5. Technological developments that are changing lives and livelihoods. The way people travel, engage, thrive, and how businesses transact have a strong bearing on society. The spread and the impact of COVID-19 is a case in point, which has been fueled by mass transit and the ease of travel, especially by air. On the bright side, improvements in telecommunications have come to the rescue in COVID era through online meetings, widespread use of electronic commerce and business transactions that have increased tremendously, thereby sustaining businesses and economies. However, lockdowns and restrictions, which increased the demand for learning from homes, call for more e-education and e-health infrastructure and the facilities, especially in rural areas, so that marginalized people are not cut off even more from development enjoyed in cities and urban areas. 6. Citizens' engagement in regional development and integration. The COMESA region is not spared from the trend of youth migration into cities and social media influence. The quick pattern of information flow, powered by technology, has changed the way public service delivery and democracy are viewed and practiced. Governments and the regional bodies are now forced to relook at how best they can engage with citizens in the affairs of their respective member states, while harnessing the collective voice of stakeholder groups at regional level. And number 7, peace and security. This topic, honorable ministers, is not new to Africa because conflicts and threats to peace are abound in some countries on the continent. The Silencing the Gun initiative by the African Union is a step towards creating a conducive environment for Africa's development by focusing on conflict resolution and peace building on the continent. Therefore, ending all wars, political and civil conflicts, gender-based violence, violent conflicts of all forms, and preventing genocide provide the Council of Ministers with a great task and opportunities of making the COMESA region ripe for attracting local and international investments, job and wealth creation, as well as ensure prosperity in all member states. Chairperson, I'm aware that this meeting serves to evaluate the performance of the region against the programs that the Secretariat has implemented over time. It is important, therefore, to take note that the areas I've just highlighted should serve as the mirror upon which you should evaluate outcomes in implementing COMESA programs. In doing so, the major thrust should be to connect the impacts of programs and projects on attaining the COMESA vision of being a fully integrated, internationally competitive regional economic community with high standards of living among all its people. Further, our major priority in this era of COVID-19 is to synchronize our efforts by ensuring that trade corridors allow for quick movement of essential medicines, staple foods, and other commodities in the COMESA region, while reducing tariffs and non-tariff barriers so that tradable goods become more affordable and benefit citizens. Chairperson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that at the end of this meeting, a new path will be established to enable the Secretariat to undertake approved programs and budgets. The guidance given by the Council to the Secretariat will be highly valued in the quest to deliver on the mandate of COMESA. In conclusion, let me state that with more resources and support from the member states, individually and collectively, the COMESA vision will be attained. I therefore call upon all member states to honor their obligations and their commitments in order to accelerate regional integration in tandem with the commencement of the African Continental Free Trade, which comes into force in 2021. In this regard, I take this opportunity to reaffirm the commitment of the Government of the Republic of Zambia as host of the COMESA Secretariat to current and future programs. Chairperson, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stay and work from home economy, where online working, entertainment, shopping is the new normal. It is now my singular honor to declare the 41st Council of Ministers meeting officially open.